Welcome, friends. Today we'll be practicing simpler poses, but using advanced alignment to enhance the benefits of the poses. Level 1 poses, sophisticated layers, more strong and flexible. All right, we're going to start in Sukhasana. So that's a seated cross-leg position. If you have tighter hips, you can sit on a block, and you can even take 2 more blocks and support your knees. We want to make sure that our sit bones are sitting down and we can feel upright, not that the lower back is rounding here. Okay, maybe you don't need the blocks, then don't use them. You have the option to have the shins crossed, feet flexed. You also have the option to have the ankles crossed, knees drop. I like this one. It's more soothing. But this one here is great for building more support around your ankles, and it gives a little bit more muscular engagement, more vibrancy to the pose, while this guy here is more soothing. Different energetics, different benefits. Next, we practice. Sit bones pressed down, spine lengthens up. The low belly is lifting, and the muscles deep inside the diaphragm is engaged to help you lengthen your torso. So we're not slumping in the pose, but rather we're lifting the rib cage off of the hips. Like, Marysia, I have no idea how to do it. I didn't know either at first. My teacher kept telling me to do it, and eventually I figured it out. There's a muscle deep inside that when it's engaged, it helps you elongate your torso. I think more direction than that is going to make things a little complicated. So just stick with that. Imagine the elongation of your torso, the ribs lifting off of your hips. Muscles at the base of the neck are relaxed, and the shoulder blades aren't pinching together behind you, nor are they rounding forward. We want to feel that the shoulders are just resting in line. The chin is level with the earth. And notice what leg you have crossed on top, and make a note that the next time you come to practice, you'll do a switcheroo. Now we're going to shift our awareness to the breath. And we're going to learn the Ujjayi breath. It's an oceanic sounding breath. And it happens with a slight constriction at the base of the throat. And I find I actually like to use this style of breathing throughout my day, especially in stressful moments. It helps soothe the nervous system. We'll give it a try. You can keep it up if you like. If it's not for you right now, at least you know about it. So you create a slight constriction at the base of the throat, and this here is what it sounds like. Now, I remember when I was first learning, it felt tickly in my throat. That means I was trying too hard. Do less, enjoy more. And I felt I could only keep it up a few rounds and then I'd forget about it. Now I keep it fairly consistently throughout when I'm practicing, but that probably was a journey, a really relaxed, not super determined journey of 5+ years where I was like, oh yeah, that Ujjayi breath thing, I'm going to bring that back in. Now I love it. I find it extremely soothing and extremely useful. Give it a shot, see if it sticks, have it in your back pocket. Now you got another breathing technique. All right, so let's meet in our Sukhasana, and why not? Let's cross our legs the other way. Lift yourself up, relax your shoulders. We'll take a few rounds of breath slowly. Play with the Ujjayi breath and see how it feels in your body. Stay with it. Feel your body. Go ahead, after your next round, open your eyes. If you're using blocks, set them aside. Take your hands forward so that they stack underneath your shoulders. So I say hand, I mean palm, not your wrist underneath your shoulder, but the shoulder is a little further forward. This helps encourage the weight to move forward in your hand. We don't want to be dumping weight into the heel of the hand or the base of the wrist. In order to avoid that, think of the base of your index finger pressing down, and think of the weight moving forward into your fingertips and your fingertips pressing down. So the weight is moving off of the base of the wrist and into your fingertips. And have your index fingers pointing straight ahead so that they're parallel. Okay, for some of us, that means we turn the hands out just a smidge. And then step the feet back, plank pose, lift your belly to the ceiling. Lift your belly to the ceiling. And then think of your thighs coming together. So there's an engagement of the inner thighs. And then pull the hips up and back, down dog. In your down dog, it's fine if the knees are bent. Just think of pressing the thighs back. If your shoulders are round, just think of pushing the chest back. If you're more flexible and you feel it's fine to straighten the legs, think of putting your heels closer to the floor, but they don't have to touch. Think of moving your hips back. Make sure the core below the rib cage isn't falling to the floor. You can look at your screen for a second. So instead of having these muscles dropping down, I'm hugging them in. And then everybody, we also want to make sure we're not sinking into the shoulder joint, but rather push the floor away and elongate the shoulders. Breathe. So we have one line of energy from hands to hips and another from hips to heels. Inhale, plank pose. Belly's lifting, shoulders are over hands. The heels stack over the balls of the feet. And then place your knees down. Bend your elbows, but don't have them bend backward too much. As you bend your elbows, instead of having the chest go back with them, take your chest forward. We're going to land the chest in between the tips of the fingers. This will feel awkward potentially at first, but you'll get the hang of it. So we create a back bend in the spine, and we, instead of bending the elbows backward, we take the chest forward, and it lands between our hands. The chin comes down. And then from here, just lay down. Go ahead, lay down. All right. We'll go over that again, but let's stretch the back a little bit more. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So the arms are parallel. Tops of the feet are grounded, hip width apart. Make sure the outer ankles aren't going sideways, but that they're hugging in. Press the elbows down to lift the center of the chest. So we're not sinking down, we're lifting up. Think of the forearms drawing toward the feet to coil the spine more. Engage your belly, so pull your belly to the spine a little bit. We'll hold here for another 3, 2, and lower. Move your hands so they frame the sides of the waist. Feel that Index finger knuckle is grounding and the weight is forward in your hands. Push the floor away and lift up. Up dog. Here again, the shoulders are stacked over the palms, not the wrists. Chest leans back. And then talk to your low belly muscles. On an exhale, pull the low belly back and make your way into down dog. So we're going to try that sequence. We're going to go from plank to the knees, chest, chin, and then we'll move to up dog and then down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Lower your knees. Make that curve in your spine. Lower the chest between the fingertips and the chin can come down. Now from here, the chest pulls forward more as you lift up. Okay, come onto your knees. Let me discuss that for a moment. The chest comes down, and what can make it feel heavy is when we're trying to drop it straight down. Taking it forward actually lightens the load. And then taking it forward even more as we go into the up dog lightens the load even more. So here I am, plank, knees, coil the spine, chest comes forward between the fingers, and chin. From here, the tops of the feet come down, and I pull my chest forward and up dog. So tops of the feet down, chest forward and up. Now you give it a try. Let's all do it together. We meet in plank, knees, chest, chin, forward and up dog, exhale, down dog. Good. And remember, with yoga, there's no deadline, so if you're still feeling a little confused, it's fine. Breathe. Maybe you try that Ujjayi breath again. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Grab hold of your elbows and let gravity work on you for a moment. And then place your fingertips down. You may want to use blocks if reaching the floor is very hard for you. And step your left foot way back. Have the heel stack over the ball of the foot. We're going to keep the left hand on the block or on the floor, and the right arm will reach up. I'm not sinking into the left shoulder, but instead I push the floor away to create space there. The right hip is drawing back, and the right knee stacks over the ankle. Gentle twisted crescent. On your exhale, twist a little bit more, but don't have that twist come from the left shoulder coming forward. Have it come from the waist. Hollow your belly a little bit more to twist further. And then take your right hand down. Step the back foot in a little bit. Have it, the heel grounded and the toes grounded. The back foot is angled forward 45 degrees. The front knee is bent 90 degrees. Your feet are hip width apart. That right hip is drawing back and the left hip is drawing forward. From the low belly, lift your arms up, warrior one. Right hip back, left hip forward, core is lifted, front knee is deeply bent. Hang here, be strong. Another 3, 2. Now we'll move into warrior two. Take the right heel to the midline, and then take the right toes and shift them to the midline. Open your arms out, take the left toes back, take the left heel back. Warrior two. Hug your heels together. Lift your waist, Lengthen your pinky fingers away from your spine. Hold here. I know it's a lot in the legs. You got this. For another 3, 2, reverse warrior. Oh my goodness, so strong in the legs. Keep the left side of your body lifting. So don't collapse on the left side. Lengthen for another 3, 2, inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Whoo! Good work. All right, now we're going to move into triangle pose. Heel, toe, your back foot in. So unlike the reverse warrior, where the hips remain the same when we went back, in triangle pose, the front hip drops as the waist reaches forward. And then one hand comes down, the other one lifts. We're doing our best to make a straight line from hand to hand. And you can keep the right hand on the outer side of the leg and open up the left chest. Engage your core and lengthen the spine forward. Engage the muscles on top of the right thigh to support the knee. And then bend your front knee. Come back to warrior 2. You can shift the foot back. And in warrior 2, the stance is narrower side to side and longer front to back. Good. And then cartwheel the hands down. Step the front foot back. Here we go again. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, pull forward and up. Up dog. Knees are lifted. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Return to that Ujjayi breath if you lost it. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Take your hands to the backs of your calves and apply a little pressure to fold in further. Try to engage the muscles on the front of the thighs to support the knees. And then fingertips down or to a block. Step the right foot way back. Reach the left arm up, gentle twist. Breathe. Remember, we're not collapsing in the right shoulder or left. We're staying with as much awareness as we can muster. The front knee is bent, the breath is smooth. It doesn't have to be Ujjayi, but as consistently as possible, have it slow and deep. And now take your left hand down. Step the back foot in and angle the toes forward. Feel the left hip pulling back. The back heel draws forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Keep the core lifting. Energy emanates up through your fingertips. Front knee is bent 90 degrees. And then next, exhale. So right now, the hips are level to the front. We open to warrior 2. So my front heel comes to the midline, and then toes. My back toes weave back, and then the heel. So my stance just got longer front to back and narrower side to side. You can see the big toe from the inner side of the front knee. The front hip is lifted. The belly is lifted. Turn the front palm up and reverse. Stay straight through your lifted arm and light through your lower arm. And then inhale back up to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Heel toe your back foot in. Angle it forward a little more. Draw the left hip back and lengthen the left side waist forward. Left arm down, right arm up. Hollow the belly, lengthen the spine forward. Keep the muscles at the front of the thigh engaged. Breathe. Feel the left hip drawing back. Come back to warrior 2, so the back toes, heel go out. And then the next exhale, cartwheel your hands down and go through your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, chest forward and up dog, knees lift. Exhale, down dog. Now we're going to go through that sequence, but faster. Look forward between your hands and step your feet forward. Inhale, place your hands on your shins and lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, place your fingertips on blocks or on the floor and step your left foot back. Inhale, we're going to go straight into warrior one. Reach the arms up. Exhale, shift your feet just as much as you remember, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come back up to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. We'll linger in our triangle, enjoy a little more time here. Get a good stretch. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, hands down, go through that flow. Knees, chest, chin, up dog, and down dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, hands on shins, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fingertips on the floor or on blocks, right foot back, heel grounds, toes angle forward. Inhale up, warrior one. And now I'll tell you, right heel to the midline, left toes go back. There we go. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Heel toe your back foot in. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, back to warrior two. Last bit. Cartwheel the hands down. Step the foot back. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog. And child's pose. So the forehead comes down to the floor, or you can place it on a block. The knees are wide, and the belly drops between the thighs. Breathe. You may want to use that Ujjayi breath to further soothe your nervous system. And lift your forehead up. All right, let's do some more chest opening work. Lay down on your stomach. Extend your right arm to the right and roll onto your right hip. The right temple can rest on the floor. More bendy folks, you can have the right elbow bent 90 degrees, but keep the elbow in line with the shoulder so the elbow doesn't drop by the waist. This moves the stretch more directly into the chest. With the arm straight, it gets into the bicep. Breathe. And then release here and switch sides. So reach your left arm out, roll onto that left hip, and breathe. Feel your body. Feel your body. So there's that mind over matter mentality, which sometimes is useful, but sometimes the mind is a little aggressive and the body knows best. And so it's nice to be able to check in with what we're feeling in our body so that we have greater access to its intelligence. We have neural cells, mind cells, everywhere in our body. We're just not particularly awake to them yet. And then come back to center. And then lift yourself up and walk your knees into your hands. Cross your ankles. And lay back. You'll want to have a block handy. From your reclined position here, bend your knees and have your feet flat on the floor. Feet hips width apart, and try to see that you can reach your heels with your fingertips. Make sure the knees don't go wide. Have them hug to the midline. And then bend your elbows. Make like little robot shape. So fingertips to ceiling, elbows by your waist. Press the elbows down and try to lift your upper back. Press the feet down and lift your hips up. Interlace the fingers behind you, or if you can't reach, grab holds of the sides of your mat. You can also have a towel connecting your hands. Try to wiggle your shoulder blades closer together and lift your chest higher. We'll hold here for 5. The heels press down and hug toward your butt so the hamstrings are engaged. 4, 3, chin away from the chest. 2, and then grab hold of your block. Slide it underneath your sacrum, so that's the lowest part of your spine, the fused part of your spine. And rest your hips down. Extend the legs. Have the palms face up. And enjoy this passive stretch. Come back to your breath. Relax the muscles behind your eyes. Feel your belly muscles relaxing. And then bend your knees. Press your feet down and lift your hips up. And slide the block out from underneath you. We have a little visitor that wants to say hi. Simbies, you want to make friends with everybody? You want to say hi? Hi guys, love you. All right. We'll finish up with one hip stretch. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh, just above the knee. Draw the left leg closer to you. Interlace your fingers at the front of the left shin or behind the left thigh. Use your arm strength to pull the leg in and press your right hip away from you. Breathe. Feel the muscles of your face are relaxed. Feel your body as you breathe. And if you notice there's a lot of tension, maybe around your neck, it may behoove you to take a block and place it behind your head so that you feel comfortable in this stretch. So if your chin is jutting up to the ceiling, place a block underneath your head so that your spine is better supported. Add a little bit more strength with the arms. Press the right hip away. And release. Let's switch sides. Cross the left ankle over. The arms meet, or the hands meet at the right leg, either the shin or back of the thigh. The arms draw the right leg in and the hips reach away from you. Relax your shoulders as much as possible. Slow your breathing down. You don't have to continue to use the Ujjayi. You never had to use the Ujjayi breath. But for sure here, especially if you're experiencing more tension, slow your breath down. We can consciously relax our nervous system in stressful moments by slowing the breath down. Stay with it. And then release here. Give your knees a hug. Another bigger inhale through your nose. And out your mouth. Extend the legs, palms by your sides, face up. Make any adjustments that feel good for you so that you can relax in stillness here. So Savasana, that final resting pose where the palms are facing up by our sides, is an opportunity to absorb the effects of our practice. So with that intention, sit here for a few more moments and allow all that you've done to sink further into the cells of your body, creating new memories of what it's like to live in your body. New connections, new awareness, new way of being, greater possibility, greater freedom. Take a larger inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. In yoga, we say namaste, which means my spirit honors your spirit. Namaste.